Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Listen-only mode. That is helpful sometimes. There's occasionally a dog out there that goes absolutely crazy when we don't have it in listen-only mode. But the good thing is, you can use a little chat feature. Where is it? Wait, nobody can see it if I show it, can they? So in your, what do you think? Is that the webinar, the GoToWebinar dashboard? Is that what you would call that? You can press the chat button if you have a question. In fact, you should try it out now and let us know whether or not you can hear us or not. Or if we have to change some sort of audio. I'm hoping that you can hear it just fine, but it's nice before we start to have you type in there yes or no, left or right. Oh good, we're getting a bunch of I can hear you, so that's fine. All right, good. So Darren's here. You can say hello, Darren.
Hello, hello.
Oh, that was two, dude. It was like a double duty right there.
There's two of us, so I'm saying hello for both of us.
Excellent. That was over and above. All right, so today we're going to talk about Gmail tools. Now, if there are specific ones that you need, I do always say, hey. So if there are specific ones that you need, then let us know. But otherwise, we're going to go through cool ones that we think you don't need. Because, why else would we do anything else? So I'm going to go away from PowerPoint because I didn't really understand how we were going to do this with PowerPoint. Because, what's the point of just seeing pictures? You can do that yourself. So we're not going to do that. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to close it completely, I think. No, I'll just minimize it. In fact, I don't even need that. All right, so Gmail. This is where we're at. Gmail. Yes, this is my personal Gmail, but I looked through it, and I don't think there's anything crazy in here that you can't see. Maybe there'll be some rumor started, but I don't know what would be. I tried hard to make sure, any of my craziness was hidden. All right, so let's talk about what should be the first thing I think we should talk about is how to be able to do this. And you compose a message in Gmail. Now, if you don't know how to set up Gmail, like go to gmail.com and create your own account, then this might be advanced for you. But if you can do that, this should be easy. All right, so the first thing that you want to be able to do when you set up a Gmail account is you want to be able to email from anything. I can email from my Hotmail account. I can email from Dan Morris Marketing. I can send an email from Dan from Letters from Dan. I can send an email from Dan@freeweeklymastermind.com. I can send an email from any of my domains so that when it shows up at your inbox, it looks like it came directly from Free Weekly Mastermind. It doesn't look like it came from Gmail because Gmail is an email management tool more than it is just an email tool. So let me show you how to accomplish that. Over here in this little gear thing is the settings, and the drop-down box is there. And if this is the number one thing you wanted to learn, we're doing it first because I think it's the most important part of Gmail, being an email management service. Now, you got all these buttons up here. You do not need to know what they all are yet. But the most important one for this particular task is Account and Import right there. Now, you can import email from other accounts, and you can send mail as. So if somebody sends email to me at tryfortime@hotmail, I have imported it so that it shows up here in my Gmail inbox. Now, Darren was going to show you in a little bit how you can set up the filters, so perhaps you can send anything that comes to that address to a specific folder. But for right now, if you go through this tutorial right here, import from another address, and you fill out the little thing and press continue, you'll be able to figure out how to do it all. It's very simple. I already did all mine. Maybe it will tell me that I haven't done it. Let's see. Oh, it already told me. All right, so whatever the next page is, you pretty much just have to go there and you have to click a link. It says, we sent an email to that address. Go click the link to make sure you have the authority to import email from this address, and then it's pretty much done. And the same thing with send mail as. You go down here, and you type in the address that you want to send mail as. Now let's see if it will let me go past this. How about Snickers 225577? Please don't tell me that already exists. Send through Gmail, because that's what we're hoping to accomplish. Now, before you can send email at, they're going to send an email to that address right there. So you would have to go log into your Hotmail address, and you'd have to click the button. And as soon as you've clicked the button, it's verified, and you can send as right there, which means it will show up in this drop-down box. That's all you got to do, to send mail as that and to receive it here as your email management client. Do you have anything to add to that, Darren? Was that as easy as pie?
I think that's great. What I use it for, have 100 different domains. I want them all coming into the same spot. So, if you're using like HostGator or something, I'll turn on email forwarding and then just send it all, so it'll be, like Dan at Free Weekly Mastermind forwards into, your Gmail account, whatever that is. So, you don't have to worry about managing and hooking up and running out of space on these different things. It all just kind of dumps into one thing, and I manage it all from a single pane of glass. So,
which is very nice.
Yes.
So yeah, all of these likely come from different places, all to here, and I do not sort them at the inbox level. I do that after I've read it or looked at it. But you do something a little bit different, correct? When your email comes in, you have things filtered.
I have stuff that I don't necessarily unsubscribe from, but I just automatically mark it as read and send it to the archives. Gmail doesn't use folders as it was, as like an Outlook does. It uses tags or labels, and so it's all really in one folder, and you're just giving it a name, and you can look it up like you see on the side there. So go ahead and just click the email from me real quick. Go ahead and open it up. And by the way, if you're looking for a Pinterest book, there you go. But
don't look for the book. MakingMoneyWithPinterest.com.
Go to the more thing. Go down a little bit. Down right there. Oh, it's across the top bar under the word "Learn More" and hide.
Want me to give you control?
Yeah, that's fine.
Give the mouse to Darren. All right, try that. Oh, look at that. You now have control of the mouse. How cool is that?
So what we're going to do is we're going to go to more and filter messages like these. And so, it pulls up the sender's email. And in this case, it's mine. You could also go stuff that has the subject line. And, a lot of emails, they'll use, something like that in it. Or has a specific word, and we'll create a filter with this, and from here we can just skip the inbox. So there's stuff that I'm subscribed to that I don't really unsubscribe, or I can't unsubscribe, strangely enough. So I just mark them as like Google AdWords things. I can't unsubscribe from those things properly. I can't figure out their system, so I just set up a filter. It just skips the inbox, goes right to the archive, marks it as read. I never see it again. There's certain people that I can't. They keep spamming, so I'll just delete it or send it to the spam folder. You want certain things that are that you're on a list and you want to make sure it never gets sent to spam. Then make sure you click that. You can see that there's 0 messages because I've never sent him an email with that ABC thing, right? This square, so it's not finding anything. But if we delete that part, then it would let us do it, and we don't really need to right now. You can take it back.
So if you and I had a project together, and let's just say it was called Christmas, I could say just make sure that you put the word Christmas in the subject line, and then I could filter all those to the Christmas folder.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Christmas tag, or the Christmas label.
Yep. Or you could, if you're working with a specific client, and say their domain, their email is bob@abcmail.com, you can say everything that comes from ABC Mail, tag it as Project ABC Company or whatever. and
then skip the inbox and it goes straight there.
That, or it's just automatically tagged, so you don't have to filter it, later on, or label it later on manually. You can just drop it right into the archives and it's done.
Nice. All right. Anybody have questions on that? Filters and importing your email address, like your yoursite.com address. Is that clear? So far, it looks like everyone's saying that it's clear, crystal clear. All right. So we're going to move on to the next, but feel free to use the little chat thing to ask another question. So I'm going to go on to this cool service right here. This is IFTTT. If, then that. IFTTT. If,
Close.
then that.
If this, then that. It's like programming language.
If this, then that.
Yes.
All right. If this, then that. Oh yeah.
So if this happens, then do that.
So this site, you have to sign up to use it, which is as easy as signing up to anything. And then they call these recipes, but all you do is you basically say, yes, I want to do this recipe. So I searched for Gmail because we're doing Gmail tools, and I wanted to see the different kinds of things that you could do with Gmail. For instance, here, anything that gets starred in Gmail, you can send it directly to Evernote. For instance, if you starred an important email that you need to keep, you could send it directly to your Evernote database program. If it's raining, this integrates with weather.com or something. This particular site has all kinds of crazy stuff, and all you got to do is basically say you want to do this. You activate it. Here I do not. I think I have Evernote activated. So here you just say yes, and it's done. It automatically happens in your account. You have to tell IFTTT, your Gmail account and password, and you have to tell them the password of, in this particular case, Instagram or Facebook, but it does the work. It's a recipe. So this is just a great site to find different crazy cool things that you want to do. Craigslist to Gmail. Facebook tagged photos sent as an email attachment to Gmail. Anybody that tags you in a photo, the photo gets sent to you by Gmail. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's useful. So anyway, IFTTT is one of the resources we're showing you. And then we're probably going to go through several things like that aren't in Gmail, but they're cool Gmail tools. So in Free Weekly Mastermind, not only will this video, I guess you call it a video, this screen capture video will be in there recorded, but I'll also go through all the different tools that we showed and put the web address so you can go directly to and link to it and go get it in case you're not taking notes or you're in the car or wherever you are. Do you have anything extra special about IFTTT, Darren?
No,
I mean, there's everything in here.
Yeah, it does all kinds of cool things. Just poke around. It'll hook up to Dropbox and
Instagram. You can even put two things in there. So now there's everything related to Instagram and Dropbox. Different recipes, different ways to do it. So IFTTT, that's one of our first cool tools that we're showing you.
Yeah, you can also make your own recipes. I mean, it's really simple. If you click the Create button, most, everything that you need is probably already done, but it's kind of all just drag and drop.
Look at that. You
right?
picked the thing. Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't done that before. Oh, YouTube's in there. Nice. Gmail. All right. Interesting. All right, I'm crossing IFTTT off. Any questions before we move away from there? Oh, yeah, there are. I'm behind the times here. Is there a limit to how many Gmail accounts you can have or to how many you can have the ability to send and receive other emails? No. No, there is not a limit to how many Gmail accounts you can have. In fact, I was reading a post today by a blogger, just getting ready for this call, trying to find any other cool stuff, and she had on the Gmail blog, is that right here? There's an actual Gmail blog, gmail.blogspot.com. On here, there was a story. A blogger said, if you're going to do something fun for your spouse, set up a fake Gmail account like I love you, Donna, at gmail.com, and set it up to just send these anonymous emails to them for a month before their birthday or something. And she was showing that she had like 60 or 70 different Gmail accounts just for different things that what she was doing. So it appears to me you can have as many as you want. I would say, don't go crazy and overburden yourself with the stress of management and trying to remember what you did with them or where the email address is or, anything like that. But, if you want to set up 1,000, feel free. All right, so here's something I use occasionally, and that is Gmail Meter. I think this is more of a fun little tool than anything else, but it does have some value, and we'll put the link to this in here, or you can just Google Gmail Meter, because you do have to set it up, and it takes – I actually went through the step-by-step tutorial to figure out how to set it up. But it tells you different things, like when you email most often, when people email you most often. So let's just say in the course of a day you're trying to be most productive and you want to just email, just answer emails for an hour a day. This can tell you when the people you're talking to are most active. To me, this looks obvious, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in this particular example. How often, how long it takes you to respond to emails, which categories, how many people you email most often, the word count. It's more just analytics. I'm not exactly sure how you would use it to increase your revenue other than trying to figure out when your audience is most productive. But that is Gmail Meter. And speaking of email, like management, third-party things, like this is kind of managing your stats. Where was that at? Boomerang. Anybody ever heard of Boomerang? Boomerang is neat. It is a third-party app that you apply to your Gmail account, and it allows you to do things like send your email later. It allows you to send an email, but then to say that you want, for instance, you want to be reminded if you don't hear back from that person. So right in Gmail, you can click, if I don't hear back, please send me a note that I need to follow up again. Who was it? It's Joanne uses Boomerang a lot. She talks about it regularly. As if all of you know who Joanne is. Darren, you know who Joanne is.
Yeah, I've met her. Yep.
Yeah. I was speaking directly to you on that, apparently. And Joanne, who's actually on the call. All right, so Joanne, if you are there and you can think of anything super extra awesome that Boomerang does that I didn't mention, put it in there and put it in that little chat box and we'll highlight it. But otherwise, I think this right here is the big part. Send an email later. I don't even know why you want to send it later, personally. But, why wouldn't you want to send it now? Darren, got any thoughts? I don't get that. I've never thought, man, if I could only send this in half hour from now, I'd be great. I've never said that.
Yeah, I can't. Can't think of any reason at the moment, but
you can have an email pop back up at a later time, like the webinar info or reminders to a client. Oh, all right. Well, that's a good one. Reminders to a client. You could send an email that says, "Hey, can you meet at 3 o'clock tomorrow?" And then you could send a Boomerang email that's supposed to go out at 10:45 or 2:45 that says, "Hey, 15 minutes. I'm excited to talk to you." So that is useful, actually. All right. Joanne's all over that. She says that's exactly right. All right, Darren. So you're up to bat with Yesware.
So Yesware is something I just use the free version. I think they have a paid version. It's a few bucks a month, but there's really two things that I use it for. One, we use Salesforce in one of my businesses. So what Salesforce.com lets you do is actually have a special email address just for you that will let you blind copy when you send a email to somebody, like say a prospect, and it goes into that prospect's record. And it just because these emails are crazy, like 30, 40 characters long, random characters, something you could not guess. It gives you the opportunity to just click a button. You set it up once, you click the button. I think you can see it in the little icon there where it's got the little green button. It says CRM, and it probably hooks into other things as well. But basically, blind copies that. There's a tracking feature, so you can know if somebody has received the email and opens it, which can be useful. But on the free version, I think they only give you 100 of those per month. And you can create templates for prospecting and support and so forth, which is good if you're sending the same message over and over again, but you want to change their name. So it's worth checking out if you do a lot of email that's repetitive and you want to track it. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Alright, that's cool. I don't use that, so I just thought it was a cool tool. And you guys should know about it, because this is Gmail Tools. Oh, and Shannon said there's one more reason for sending email later, and that's for not wanting your clients to know that you work late or on weekends. That way they don't expect you to work late on weekends all the time. So that's another good idea. Another one for Darren, Active Inbox, which you have talked about for a long time.
Yep. So I'm not seeing it on the screen, though.
You're not seeing Active Inbox on the screen?
No. Did you click the tab?
Yeah. It hasn't changed?
No.
Well, are you still on?
I'm still seeing the yesware.
That's interesting.
Oh, there we go. Alright, so Active Inbox is, if you are into the GTD, which is getting things done, this is kind of a tool for that. Hooks into Gmail through their one-click kind of install. What it gives you though is it extends the labels inside of Gmail to do some cool things with a skin that goes over top. So you see in the little box here, the next and waiting on, to do, and projects. It adds these folders. You have mouse again. I have the mouse again. Okay. Well, so you see this next button and waiting on, and then number 3. What it lets you do is tag an email, so that it is it lets you tag an email into a certain category. So maybe it's an action item, maybe it's something. Again, you're waiting on a reply back from somebody, so you stick it in a waiting on folder, or you bought something from Amazon and you're waiting on it to arrive. Whatever you're doing. So it gives that in a quick click. On the paid version, which is what I use for this one, it's like $25 a year. I can't move your screen down anymore, but it doesn't really matter. You can add notes to it. You can set a due date on the paid version. I think it now will pop the email back into your inbox so you don't miss things, which is critical for me because out of sight, out of mind.
Wait a second. So this is a little bit like Evernote, where you can your action items you can put in the action area, and you're waiting for things to get done. It's less about email and it's more about management.
Yeah, taking the tasks that come to you in an inbox, and then maybe it's an action item that you need to do. You can tag it to a specific project, either a project or it's a reference material.
So I do this with Evernote. I see.
Yeah, I don't use Evernote for that anymore, only because it's not really designed for it. It's more of a massive collection tool, and getting things done in Evernote is really a pain in the butt.
So here, you could click on your action button, and that will show you all your emails that you need to be taking action on now?
Yeah, well, actually would install it across the top bar, right below your bookmarks bar here, and then it would highlight it. I mean, you can go and click it real quick and just install it and show people. This is actually my favorite Gmail tool. Right, so...
Where is the button?
Go back up to the top. Click that right there, number 1, install Active Inbox. It's going to download a Chrome extension.
I hope I'm using Chrome.
You are. The beauty is it knows.
Occasionally Firefox opens.
So let's see what your next step is. So
Can you use it on Firefox?
Uh-huh.
So Firefox extension would have opened instead of Chrome. It automatically.
It runs on the Gmail itself. It's not set up with a specific browser. Okay, so go back to your inbox for a second. Go ahead and refresh the screen. And let's see if it loads up here. Go back to your active inbox. Make sure there we are. It took a second there.
Yeah.
Right. So
Take the tour. Waiting on to do projects. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
And go ahead and like click, one of the emails there on, go ahead and open that one, and see that action button, waiting on someday.
Yeah.
So you could just tag that as something you need to go take action on, and it would put it in that folder. And you see right below the subject line, see inbox and then s/someday. It's created a record called s/someday.
Oh, right here. A new tag.
Yeah. And so you can go and look at that later on.
So it's basically using Gmail's tagging feature, but then providing a better interactive way to manage it.
Yep.
All right. That's cool. I could use that.
Yep. Definitely one of my faves.
Yeah, that is cool. Find out how to clear your inbox. So if I take this tour, click this, I'm going to go learn some stuff. All right. So that is Active Inbox. I think that's Active Inbox HQ, right? .com.
Right.
Active Inbox Headquarters. Active Inbox HQ.com.
So the one thing to keep in mind, so when you have the free version, you can't set due dates, and maybe a couple other things. They've got a feature list or whatever.
Yeah. Plus they want you to pay for extra stuff.
Yeah, but $25 a year, so $2 a month, right? No big deal.
Yeah, that's pretty good for
and
management.
Yeah. And Mary asks, Chrome only? No, Chrome and Firefox.
All right, so we covered Yesware, Active Inbox, Boomerang, Gmail Meter, IFTTT, importing email addresses into your management system, Gmail filters, Gmail Meter. I wanted to show you what's over here. Oh, this was Meter. All right, so I'm getting rid of that. And then, so one more thing I was going to show you is how Gmail and Google Plus sort of work together. For one, in your Google Plus settings, you can set it so that when you get mentioned in a post, it emails you. Or somebody shares a post with you directly. And the cool thing about that is when somebody does mention something about you on Google Plus, you can actually comment on it in Gmail, and it shows up in Google Plus. You don't have to go there. You have to go, click a link and go find it. And the other thing about, and that's in your Google Plus settings, how you do that. And then another thing is when you search for someone, Darren, I better not search for you. I'll search for myself. So whenever you search for someone, all of their emails are going to show up. But then also you're going to get their Google Plus stuff, their contact, their phone number, anything else that they have in their profile, as long as you know them and you're associated with them there. So you can add them circles, all that stuff right here, so that you can, your entire social experience becomes a little bit more integrated. What else was there? Did you just mute yourself?
Muted and unmuted. Something I would add that a lot of people don't know about is go to the gear and go to settings and look at labs.
Oh yeah. I had that on my list, that I've lost that list. Wait, I can't get to settings because of this webinar thing. There it is. All right. All right, so there are a few cool things in Labs. One of the cool things that I like, and I'll do this first. Glad you brought up Labs. When I send, I'll send it to myself. Email. I have this little thing set up so that when I press send, if I totally screwed up, I have 30 seconds to press this undo button right here. So you know how you sometimes you send an email and like, uh-oh, I should not have sent that. That is totally going to backfire. I can undo, and there it opens, and it didn't send. So it's like a little filter. Basically, it's preventing Gmail from sending it for 30 seconds, allowing you to be able to undo it. And that is you have to add that in the Labs section. So I went to Settings and over to Labs. And as soon as I find that, I'll show you what that is. But you have multiple inboxes. Is there any particular ones you were going to show in here?
Yeah, I'm just looking. Yeah, I just kind of browse it every once in a while. One that I do like that they just put in here a little while ago was with the signatures. The problem in Gmail, the signatures always went to the very bottom of an email, so your signature got bumped to the very bottom of all the text, as opposed to being at the top where it should be when you're replying back and forth. And there's a fix for that in there somewhere.
I don't find that. I was gonna. While we're here, I was gonna show you canned responses. Andrea Decker wrote about this on SavvyBlogging.net. But let's just say there is like a question that you get asked often. You can actually write an email. I mean, you can write the response to it and save it as a canned response. And then when you go to compose an email, there's a button for canned responses. You can bring up the canned response and just press you reply. Or somebody keeps asking the same question, you can bring the canned response up, reply, and be done with it. It's a little bit less, less personal. But at the same time, if you were going to write the same thing over and over, you might as well just use that. Flickr previews. Google Docs gadget. I mean, there's so many things in here. There's a drunk button too, so that if you're going to send an email after midnight, you have to do like a math. You have to like do an equation. And if you can't solve the equation, then you don't get to send your email. I think it's called drunk filter, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's funny.
It does make me laugh.
There's another one. Click on the web clips on the top next to Labs. And this is from Joanne, where you can actually remove.
Hold on, am I almost to the bottom? I am. Yelp previews. I didn't see the one that was unsend. Did you? Send an archive.
That's a good question. I mean, I use it. I send it for 30 seconds, I think. So.
Well, it's called unsend. I don't know where it is. Look at that. You can integrate Google Voice. All right, so web clips.
Yep, and then just uncheck that, and it'll take those dumb ads
above the email?
Yeah.
Really?
You still get the stuff on the side.
Let's see. Oh, that ad that was right here.
Yep.
Is gone. Nice. That's cool. Thank you, Joanne. That was useful. Now I kind of miss them. What am I mean, I'm not going to read another ad from CNN forever. It's just sad. It's just making me tear up. All right, so where were we? Was there anything else in settings? Forwarding, filters, chat, multiple inboxes. Do you use this?
No, I don't use it anymore because of Active Inbox.
Hey, yeah. All right, well, if you're interested in multiple inboxes, check that out.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else.
You can change the theme of it, but I think mine's on random. Seems like it's different every time I open it. Oh, apparently it's on tree. Anyway, so labels, inbox, accounts. Oh, I was going to show one more thing. So when you open an email, there's this little window right here. You can click that, and then the email will open here. which would allow you to be able to view 2 different emails at once. Or if you click it and you press the control button, it opens in another pane, another tab. Why that feature's there, I do not know. But in fact, it's there. So, don't feel bad about using it. Use it as often as you can. All right, let's look. Is there any other questions about Gmail tools? Has this been helpful at all? That's a good question for you guys. Is there a way to be logged into multiple Gmail accounts at once?
Yes.
There is? I was going to say, why would you not have them all right here together? Integrate all your Gmail accounts into one thing.
Yeah, well, you
What
can
is the
open up
way to do it?
multiples. Yeah, that's a great question.
Because whenever I log in, and I try to log in another time, it tells me I'm already logged in.
Click on your profile picture there in the top right. And that might not be it. I don't know. I've set mine up so it automatically opens up 2 different ones that I want to work out of.
Add account right here.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, look at that. Sign into another account.
Yeah, there you go. So what you'll notice in the URL.
Joanne is like a Gmail wizard. Joanne has been directing many of these comments by the chat thing. So there you go. Can you sign into another account? You can. You click on that and you add account. I did not know that existed.
Yeah, I don't know what the limit is, but I only keep 2 of them open at a time.
I just keep 1 open.
The one thing that I do is that most people don't know about is go back to settings, and it's turning on the keyboard shortcuts. And again, I don't.
Right here?
Yeah. By default, they're turned off. And just
use those.
Learning those keys. I hate using the mouse, so anything I can do with shortcuts makes it really fast. So I can burn through emails. I can select all. I can archive them. Respond, star them, whatever.
That's an awfully nice picture right there. That guy's handsome.
You look contemplative.
I did. Oh, his vacation thing. Signature. The interesting thing about the signature. Sure, it's what people see at the end of your emails, and maybe this pertains a little bit more to something like Aweber or your autoresponder. But your signature extends across pretty much everything, all your emails. You can set that up, so you have a different signature for each email if you want. But otherwise, you could have one signature for all your emails, and you could change that weekly, to feature your latest product or your new idea or a blog post or anything like that. It's pretty dynamic, and it works great for autoresponders because everyone's getting a different message today. So, but if you change that signature line, even though everyone's getting a different message because they all signed onto your list at a different time, they're all getting the same message at the bottom, whether that's the new post or a new offer or a new deal or come hear me speak or we're doing a Gmail Tools webinar. You can use that signature line to dynamically reach an audience that you probably couldn't reach otherwise. So don't neglect the signature box in anything that you do. Joanne said V, move to label. You know what? I'm going to unmute Joanne. I don't know what that means. Do you?
Oh, yeah, well, there's just in the short. If you go and look at the keyboard shortcuts, there's a bunch. J and K for moving up and down. Oh, that's the
shortcut she was talking about?
Yeah, X will select an email, E will archive it. The slash button takes you to the search box.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. All right.
S to star it.
Any other questions?
No.
Mitchell, Jerry, Ingrid, Gretchen, Carol, Mike, John, Bill, Bob, Bilbo Baggins. Is that his name, Bilbo?
Yeah, that is his name. I don't see any other questions, and I don't have any other hot tips for this part.
Is there anything that you wished you would have learned? I mean, these webinars don't have to be long just to learn stuff. They can just be long enough. Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Wished you would have learned? Several people have said this was helpful. They didn't know all about all this kind of stuff. Look at email game. All right. Again, email, G-A-M-E. I hope this is not a malicious site. We're going to check it out. The email game works with Gmail and Google Apps. Should I do this? I'm going to put Hotmail and see what happens. Oh, we only support Gmail. All right. It's asking for some information. What is it that I'm giving them? What is this? Can I make it go away if it's horrible? That's my question. Great ideas and shortcuts. All right. Getting started with the email game. Oh, I see. Getting started with the email game.
Oh, I'd fail.
Hmm?
I couldn't play this game.
You couldn't play this game? Is this to make you more productive, Joanne?
See, I
Joanne, you can talk now.
gamification doesn't work for me.
Uh-oh, she's vacuuming. Can you talk, Joanne? Can it happen? Do you have your mic on? No? Yes? Well, you can talk. I unmuted you, I think. All right, it didn't work.
All right, well, I don't see any more questions, and it's getting to the top of the hour here, so
Hope that was helpful.
Yeah,
I'll write this up, all these different things that we talked about, including email game, and I will include them in freeweeklymastermind.com/members in case you want to just go back, get a refresher, or you forget the thing that we talked about. You can just go click the link. Anything else, Darren?
no, we'll get this posted on the website. See us on freeweeklymastermind.com/members. It's free to join if you're not in there already.
All our recorded stuff, lots of fun things, and we do we put extra stuff in there that we don't put anywhere else, like our 10-minute traffic tips. In our most recent one, I spoke with Leslie Samuel, who runs interactivebiology.com. He's got an unbelievable biology tutorial presence on YouTube, and he talks all about how he came up with that, how he gets traffic, how that all works, his whole system. He's got millions and millions of views, and it's all about biology topics. So if you're looking for non-internet marketing niche stuff, we got all kinds. All right. Well, it was another good week, and we look forward to seeing you guys next time and in freeweeklymastermind.com.
Thanks, everybody. Bye now.